Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to DESI TV USA. I am Tabinda Gul. Let's take a look at the headlines. US President Donald Trump arrives in Scotland. Trump and Netanyahu abandon Gaza ceasefire talk. Montreal over Miami Canadians embrace local travel boycott US. Trump on Ghislaine Maxwell pardon, haven't a thought about it. Field Marshal General Syed Asim Munir receive warm welcome in China. Devastating cloudburst strike Gilgit-Baltistan, widespread destructions reported. Anti-encroachment operations on Islamabad, storm water drains ready to launch. Pakistan calls for peace and civilian protections in Ukraine. And Pakistan Ishaq Dar meets US Secretary of State Marco Rubio. These are headlines, lead to news detail. Viewers, now the top story is here. President Donald Trump arrived in Scotland today for a brief visit, drawing attention from local media and international outlets, including Sky News. Greeted by Scottish representatives, Trump faced questions on US foreign policy, NATO, and climate concern. He briefly responded, emphasizing strong US-UK ties and called the visit a return to beautiful Scotland. Security remains tight amid both support and protest in Edinburgh and Glasgow.
I think many Scottish people would feel he's welcome. I think it's an embarrassment that he is coming here at all, personally.
I don't care. Doesn't interest me at all.
He's investing in Scotland, so yeah, why not? We don't. What he does over in his island, fine. When he comes to our island, it's fine with me.
Now, viewers, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and US President Donald Trump have signaled end to ongoing ceasefire negotiation with Hamas. Stating that talks were no longer viable, both leaders asserted that Hamas had shown no genuine interest in peace. It's clear they don't want a deal, Trump said. The halt in negotiation raises fears of renewed violence in the Gaza region.
Considering, quote, alternative options to achieve two main goals, bringing hostages home from Gaza and ending Hamas's rule in the territory. Trump said he believed the group's leaders would now be, quote, hunted down.
Hamas didn't really want to make a deal. I think they want to die.
In a statement, US envoy Steve Witkoff blamed Hamas for blocking ceasefire negotiations, which have been mediated by Qatar and Egypt. Netanyahu agreed with Witkoff, emphasizing Hamas as the obstacle to reaching a deal. However, Hamas disputed Witkoff's characterization of the talks.
Now, a growing Buy Canadians movement is sweeping the country as more Canadians choose domestic destinations like Montreal over US cities such as Miami. The trend reflects rising nationalist sentiment and a desire to support local business. Call to boycott US product and avoid cross-border travel have gained momentum, fueled by political tensions and economic concern.
If you ask Canadians about whether they plan to travel to the US for a vacation, you may get an answer that reflects a newfound desire to stay local.
With everything going on in the US, I feel like a lot of Canadians kind of want to stay home.
Won't be going to the US.
No. Recent numbers back up the sentiment. A Bank of Canada survey this week showed that 55% of Canadians plan to spend less money vacationing in the United States this year. And a survey by TD Bank showed 64% of Canadians polled plan to travel within the country. The shift started earlier this year when US President Donald Trump threatened to annex Canada and imposed a series of tariffs on Canadian goods. That has spurred a Buy Canadian movement, boycotting US businesses and in turn, avoiding travel.
Now, when asked by reporters about the possibility of pardoning Ghislaine Maxwell, longtime associate of Jeffrey Epstein, US President Donald Trump responding, "It's something I have not thought about." The remarks drew immediate attention as Maxwell faces serious federal charges related to Epstein's sex trafficking network. Trump's brief comment sparked debate over his stance on high-profile legal cases.
Something I haven't thought about.
U.S. President Donald Trump told reporters on Friday that he has not considered granting a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell, the longtime associate of convicted sex offender Jeffrey, who have never been briefed about his name being in files related to Epstein. after the Wall Street Journal reported that U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi told him in May that his name appeared in them. He added that now was not the time to talk about a pardon for Maxwell.
A lot of people are asking me about pardons. Obviously, this is no time to be talking about pardons. But a lot of people have asked about pardon. This is just not a time to...
Viewers, Field Marshal Syed Asim Munir, recipient of the Nishan-e-Imtiaz military, visited China and met with General Chen, political commissioners of the People's Liberation Army PLA, upon arrival at the PLA headquarters. He was given a warm reception and presented with a guard of honor. During their meeting, both sides held a comprehensive discussions on defense and security cooperation, highlighting the deepening military ties between Pakistan and China. Viewers, a powerful cloudburst has wreaked havoc across part of Gilgit-Baltistan, Pakistan, causing severe destructions. Flash floods swept through several villages, damaging homes, roads and crops. Emergency teams have been deployed while residents facing ongoing risk due to landslide and rising water levels. Authorities are urging cautions and rescue operations continue in the affected areas. Now preparations are complete for major anti-encroachment operations targeting illegal structures along Islamabad. Stormwater Drains Chairman CDA confirmed that the operations aims to restore natural water flow and prevent urban flooding. Authorities have issued final warnings to encroachers and heavy machinery is on standby to begin the clearance drive in the coming days. Now, at a United Nations briefing on July 25, Ambassador Usman Jadoon voiced Pakistan concerned over the ongoing Ukraine conflict. He called for urgent protections of civilians, de-escalations and a return to dialogue. Pakistan urged all sides to pressure peace through diplomacy and pledge support for efforts towards a lasting resolution.
Into its fourth year now, this conflict has exacted a harrowing human cost, with millions displaced, lives and livelihoods shattered, and widespread civilian infrastructure damaged. Its protracted nature has vividly laid out that war spares no one, and its effects threaten peace and stability far beyond the region. It is unfortunate that despite the diplomatic efforts at the start of the year, including Security Council Resolution 2774 and multiple limited ceasefire understandings, tangible progress has remained elusive. While prisoner exchanges and talks in Istanbul offer glimmer of hope, the ongoing violence, death and destruction from relentless attacks has continued to cast a shadow over the nascent and...
Viewers, in the last, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar held a key meeting with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Washington, D.C. They discussed cooperations on trade, counterterrorism and investment, highlighting strong Pakistan-U.S. ties during Dar's important U.S. visit. So viewers, thank you for watching and thank you for supporting. This is me, Tabinda, signing off. Stay tuned for more news. DESI TV USA, DTVNN and our OTT platform, DTV Flex, where you can access to our 3,000 channels. So stay tuned and stay with us.
Neurological care is a pressing healthcare challenge in Pakistan. That's why Helping Hand USA is building Kind R, a world-class hospital with 130-plus clinics that is set to establish new standards for neurological care in Pakistan. As the first phase nears completion, anticipation is growing for the launch in the second half of 2025. Give zakat and sadaqah through Helping Hand USA today and join this historic endeavor to redefine future healthcare in Pakistan.